Hi there, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. The Boilermaker is right around the corner. What's the date? Well, it's always easy to remember the date of the Boilermaker. It is always the second Sunday in July, and the second Sunday in July is upcoming very quickly. In fact, it's probably coming faster than our guests can believe. He is the new president of the Boilermaker Road Race, Mark Donovan. Mark, welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Joe, thank you for having me.
Boy, it is coming fast, isn't it?
Rapidly.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. You got named the president of the Boilermaker it wasn't very long ago. You tell me when it was. Last month?
I started on May 29th, and we held a press conference on June 6th.
Okay. And you're from the Albany area, but you've been working in this area for much of your professional life, yes?
Correct. I moved up here in 1995, and I spent just under 21 years working with ConMed, and last year or so working with Mealy companies.
What gave you the incentive, Mark, to want to run the Boilermaker?
Great question, Joe. My years at ConMed, I had a lot of business travel. I had two young boys who decided they were going to play every sport imaginable, and I wanted to be a part of that. But also wanted to give back, but I didn't have time to give back, so we would do what we could from attending charity events and things like that. And now you can tell by the graying on top here that the children are now out of college, moving out of college. My wife and I are moving into the empty nests, and really I had just begun the process of looking about how, now that I have more free time, how could I give back to the community? And when I looked at this opportunity, went through the process, chatting with the search committee of the board, everything lined up. I think it turned out to be a perfect fit.
Well, congratulations to you on that.
Thank you.
It's a big operation. How big of an operation? How can we put it in terms? Well, in terms of participants, how many participants for the big race, the 15K race this year, and how many for the 5K?
So the 5K is, both events are on the same day. 5K capacity is 4,500, and the 15K is 14,500. That number actually goes up because the sponsors have X number of bibs they can use, as well as the charity bibs aren't in those capacity numbers. So all told, and you throw in the wheelchair division, which this year has 44 chairs and climbing, which could be the largest ever wheelchair division. There'll be, on Sunday alone, approximately 20,000 participants running.
Well, you know, it's amazing when you stop to think of that, but even more amazing, Mark, is when you think of the numbers that are lining the route and are down at the FX Matt Brewing Company after the race.
Every year they talk about taking those 20,000 participants who generally have 1 to 2 people there. That certainly at the post-race, they usually get over 40,000 people in that little spot.
You know, I've looked at it from various angles, from the stage, I've looked at it from the roof, I've looked at it from ground level, and it's an amazing sight, number one. Number two, it's hard to put a figure on it, but boy, I personally think that 40,000 might be a little shy.
Could be. I'll try to count.
And the charity bid program you mentioned, that's a way for somebody that's not into the race now because the race is full. But the charity bid program is a way to still get in, correct?
We may have 1 or 2 bibs left. We had another successful
yeah.
year. I would reach out to the Boilermaker offices to see if you want to participate in that. That is a great way to do it. We are coming up on having our deadline to be able to get information out to Leon Timing so we can get everyone in there. But to do that, it's a great program, and a participant would need to go out and get someone to pledge up to $500, and that money goes back into the community. Not sure how many years we've been doing this, but in just a few short years, we've pumped over $500,000 back into the community via that
Just
program.
on that. And then, you know, there's other things too, maybe not as big, but they've been going for a long time. And I'm thinking of the pasta dinner before the race. That goes to United Way, yes?
Yes, yes. right? And a lot of people, Joe, don't know that the Boilermaker is a nonprofit organization. So we are constantly looking for ways and the opportunities to do well for the community, whether it's United Way, whether it's the Make-A-Wish Foundation, whether it's the Root Farm, a host of people that benefit.
What's the big, I mean, one of the biggest challenges you have no control over, and that's the weather. The Boilermaker has never been canceled because of weather. In fact, I'm trying to think the years that I was involved, it might have rained once a little bit, but you were holding out your finger.
Yes.
Okay.
If I can figure out the way to
yeah.
control the weather, that'll be it. But last year, unfortunately, the organization didn't have to cancel the kids' run on the Saturday before.
Right.
So this year we had a lot of pent-up interest.
Was that because of a threat of lightning?
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe so too. And I forgot the kids race, the kids run over at well,
At MVCC.
it started at, I'm trying to think a little bit of the history. It started coming down the hill to the finish line, and for the first time they did the kids run, and that hill was kind of much for some of those kids, and they were running into telephone poles and stuff like. And then they switched it over to, as you know, Masonic Care Community over there, and now over at MV. And MV is a spot for a lot of stuff this year.
They're a fantastic host to this organization, and the Boilermaker weekend from the Fitness Mill Health and Wellness Expo starts on the Friday before, runs all the way through Saturday. The kids run is on the MVCC campus as well. There's so many things that school has done, too numerous to mention.
And it's a great venue. Everything is laid out there nice. And I remember it might have been the final year that it was over at Masonic. A windstorm came up and there was lightning. In fact, I was standing in the same tent as your predecessor, Tim Reed, and lightning struck pretty close by. I think next year he moved it over to MVCC. So it's
He didn't think lightning would find there?
but it's a wonderful venue. It's open to the public, which a lot of people, well, just for if you're a Boilermaker participant, no.
Yes, we welcome one and all, and so what happens at the expo, it's in the Jorgensen Auditorium, as well as the auxiliary gym. There's hundreds, I don't know if that's the right number, don't hold me to that number, but numerous companies come. They're selling athletic gear, nutrition, healthy lifestyles, so it's a great day. You know, kids start in the morning, they do their run, and people come pick up their packets and see everything.
And you know, the other thing I think, Mark, too, in addition to that, is the runners are all, you know, they're psyched, they're ready to go. They want to be around other people. They want to be able to talk about it and kind of stretch that day out a little bit more.
Yeah.
When we come back, let's talk a little bit about your vision for the Boilermaker. It's got a big history, but let's get what your vision is for this race. Mark Donovan is our guest. He's the new president of the Boilermaker Road Race. This will be his first race. Short break, right back.